Welcome back to Beyond the Labels, a space where we tell the truth about healing without performing for approval. I'm Ann Alexis, and I guide high achievers, especially those who've had to be the strong ones, back into emotional safety, self trust, and real alignment. And today we're talking about shame, especially the kind that hides inside high achievement culture. The kind that doesn't always look like falling apart. Sometimes it looks like functioning while quietly suffering. So let's dive in to the silent weight you've been carrying. So, shame doesn't always say you're a bad person. Sometimes shame says, you should be over this by now. Other people have done it worse. Don't be dramatic. Handle it. Don't need too much. Ooh, how about this one? If you rest, you'll fall behind. Oh, that's a good one. And if you've built a life where you're respected, relied on, and accomplished, shame can become this silent weight you carry so well that nobody even knows it's crushing your soul. But your body knows. Your body is always keeping count. So, what shame in achievement culture looks like is sneaky because it often gets rewarded. It looks like being the one who always shows up, being the one who never needs help, being the one who stays composed, being the one who bounces back quickly, being the one who turns pain into productivity. And from the outside, it looks like strength. But on the inside, it feels like tightness in your chest, chronic pressure, insomnia, mood swings and irritability, numbness and disconnection, a constant sense that you're behind, a fear that if you stop, you'll collapse. So you keep going, not because you're inspired, because you're scared of what you'll feel if you don't. So let me put it in that homestead language, because you know I like it. If I'm carrying something heavy, wood, soil, tools, I carry it for a while. But if I keep carrying it the same way, day after day after day, my body starts compensating. My shoulders tighten, my breath gets shallow, my posture changes. I start moving like I'm bracing for impact. That's what shame does. It teaches you to brace. Even when nothing is happening in the moment, your body stays prepared for judgment, prepared for disappointment, prepared for being too much, prepared for being exposed. Shame is a load your nervous system was never meant to carry long term. Shame is not a motivator, it's a cage. A lot of high achievers think shame is what made them successful. If I'm hard on myself, I'll stay sharp. If I don't push, I'll get lazy. If I don't criticize myself first, other people will. But shame doesn't create sustainable excellence. Shame creates overfunctioning, perfectionism, fear based productivity. Ooh, I believe Elon Musk is a fan of that, or is it Bezos? Can't recall. But I remember somebody saying, I like to make sure my employees feel afraid to lose their jobs all the time. But I digress. Shame creates overfunctioning, perfectionism, fear based productivity, emotional isolation, and a life that looks good but doesn't necessarily feel good. So here's the reframe: shame is not the voice of truth. Let me hit you with it again. Rewind it, bring it back. Shame is not the voice of truth. Shame is the voice of conditioning, and you can unlearn it. Okay, now look at that. That's right. It's just conditioning. Let's start unlearning it. So, where shame comes from? Shame usually starts early. It comes from being praised only when you perform, being punished when for having needs, right? Being compared, being parentified. Oh, that's a big one, especially for my elderlies out there. My number one born, my first children, right? I need you to watch your brother. I need you to watch your sister. I need you to make dinner. I need you to clean the house, right? They become the new mom, the new dad. Being told you're too sensitive is also a place that it comes from, as well as being made responsible for other people's emotions and being the one who had to represent the family well. Oh, Jennifer is our overachiever. She's so good. She's so quiet. We just love her so, right? Maybe Jennifer's none of those things. Maybe Jennifer's just doing those things because she realizes that it's the path of least resistance and it's the quickest route to reward and not being shamed, right? So, for many higher achievers, the shame is also cultural, like within the career framework, within the business. And it can be tied to respectability politics, being the first or the only, right? Carrying generational expectations, feeling like you can't afford to mess up, being hyper visible in spaces where you're already judged. So you become exceptional, not just to succeed, but to be safe, right? Okay, so what do we immediately see? That our safety is tethered to a whole bunch of things that we've deluded ourselves that we can control, that we absolutely have no control over. And therein lies the loop. The three shame patterns that exist are as follows, right? They're not the only one, but these are the three common patterns that shame creates in high achievement culture. Number one, the I'm fine mask. You're polished, you're capable, you're composed, but you don't let people see the human part of you because somewhere you learned if I'm human, I'll be rejected, right? So that's showing up as the tool. Number two, another pattern that's common, the never enough loop. No matter what you do, it doesn't land. You hit the goal and immediately move the finish line. Shame says, don't celebrate, keep proving. This one hits so hard. It hits so hard for because you will become the CEO if you're not already. You become, CFO. You get into the management and C-suite areas. And then you're like, I still feel like trash. I still feel insecure. I still feel overworked. I still feel, I still feel all of these things that I'm going to take this time to shame myself about, right? That never enough, never enough, which translates into I'm not ever enough. I'm not ever worthy of these rewards. I'm not ever enough. The third is the isolation strategy. This is where you don't ask for help because you don't want to be a burden, quote unquote burden, right? You don't want to owe anyone. You don't want, again, owe anyone in quotations, and you don't want to be, quote unquote, disappointed. So you carry everything alone. Now, the funny thing about that, and why I put all that in quotes, is because when you don't ask for help, you burden yourself, right? Right? Like, why are you burdening yourself if you don't have to? You associate everything as being transactional. That's where the owing comes in. And then it's like, oh, if I can't do it by myself, I suck. Oh my goodness. And I guess you created your business by yourself too. I guess the whole reason why you're sitting in the C-suite area of your business is because all you. Nah, it's not like that. People promote you, right? Everything's feedback. So everything becomes this reciprocal reward oriented process, only the reward is simply titles and sometimes cash. It's nothing that makes you whole. It's material gains. It's being valued by people who you don't necessarily consider valuable. Then wondering why you feel lonely, even when you're surrounded by people. So let's move into the body signal check and how shame lives inside of you, right? We always want to go into this somatic space because the mind body spirit connection is key to feeling whole, is key to accessing what it is that makes you genuine, what it is that really motivates you to be living every day. So shame isn't just a thought, it's a sensation. The check in is this: do you feel heat in your face when you make a mistake? Do you feel a drop in your stomach when you receive feedback? Do you tense when someone asks, how are you really? Do you feel exposed when you're resetting or taking rest? Do you feel guilty when you receive something, even if it's an accolade or a raise or a reward of some sort? That's how shame registers in the body. And here's the key: you can't think your way out of a body based pattern, right? How? That's like thinking your way out of obesity, thinking your way into big muscles and flat abs, thinking your way into a new hair color. Like, it doesn't work like that. We have to we have to create action around these things, and we have to create kind of like an energy of fighting fire with fire, right? If it's manifesting in the body, let's start there. Let's start in the body. You have to create safety in the body in order to feel safe in the mind. Think about it like this. And if you don't like guns, then you can choose another weapon of choice, including taekwondo or jujitsu, right? So here's the example. You feel a lot more confident if you're prepared. If I'm going into a gunfight and I have a gun in my holster, I stand taller. I feel stronger and more capable, right? It changes my body. It changes my stance. It changes my beliefs about myself in that moment. Knowing jujitsu makes me a lot more less fearless when I'm walking down the street at night. Not because criminals cease to exist, but because I feel capable in handling them. That's a physical capability, right? That leads itself to a mental capacity and fortitude. Does that make sense? So here's your 60-second practice, right? Shifting shame into truth. So we're going to do like we always do, starting with the inhale slowly. Try this with me. You're going to exhale longer than you inhale. Now you're going to put one hand on your chest and say, I release the need to earn my worth. I'm allowed to be human. I don't have to perform to be loved. My softness is not a liability. And then you're going to ask yourself, if shame wasn't driving me, what would I choose today? Let the answer be small. A nap, a no, because we like no's now, right? A slower pace, a real conversation, a meal you actually sit down and eat, not in your car, not at your desk, in a place where eating is supposed to be happening, right? A restaurant, a kitchen. 2026, I'll give it a couch, even. So here are real life examples. What it looks like to heal from shame can look very different for different people. So I want to make sure that you have concretized framework to understand what healing looks like for you. So here are some examples as you begin this process of healing from shame. It can look like letting yourself be seen without being perfect, going out the house with no makeup on. Bam. Not worrying and fretting about if you went to the gym today or not when you had a full plate, right? Being okay with who you are and how you show up, no matter what your car looks like, no matter what your outfit looks like. Healing from shame can also look like asking for help without apologizing, resting before you're exhausted so that you don't deplete your reservoirs of energy and then have to figure out how to fill up your battery again, which of course affects performance. Another way that it can look is telling the truth about what you need, not shrinking when you're proud of yourself. All of that, be humble. Oh my goodness. If you worked your butt off to earn an achievement, you need to pat yourself on the back when you get the achievement. Stop playing games. Oh, well, I couldn't have done it without all of you people who didn't really help me. No, 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 no. It is okay to have pride in your accomplishments and your achievements. It is okay to be empowered by your personal growth and your capacity to perform within this hellscape of a matrix. Okay? Can you give yourself that today? Can we do it? Yes, we can. So, a last way that healing shame can look, a final example, is choosing relationships where you don't have to audition for care. Shame says hide. Healing says come home. Do you feel me? Can you understand? All right. So, if this episode touched something deep, You find yourself feeling some kind of way, nodding your head, tilting it to the side, and wondering, is that me? I want you to know you're not broken, you're conditioned. And you can unlearn shame without losing your excellence. You can be powerful without being punished by your own mind. If you're ready to go deeper, you can start with my alignment assessment. From there, you'll receive a personalized, customized healing blueprint. This is not automated. And Alexis sits down and looks at your responses so that she, being me, I'm speaking in the third person at this moment, can determine, not by guessing what you need or trying to heal with generic advice, but by offering you a true and real mapped out blueprint for your healing to help you meet your goals. If you want to talk it through with me, book a 15-minute consultation. They're always available. We'll work on what's happening underneath the pressure and what support would actually feel aligned for you. So until next time, let your life be proof that worthiness isn't earned, it's remembered. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Go with love and light.